How's it going, everybody out there? Thank you very much for tuning on in. This is Venice Beach Central.
Hey, how you doing?
The next one, the second episode, actually. So we're honored today to have Alex Soschin.
Hey, man.
How you doing, brother? Good to see you.
Good to see you, my friend.
And like I said, in the initial artist, you're going to see a lot of people and a lot of talk about the old talking stick. So, that's who we're starting out with. Like I said, the original people that started this, we even call ourselves the Talking Stick Collective. So we're trying to grow it back and see what will happen. This is Venice Beach Central number 2. And we're so honored to have Alex Soschin here.
Oh, man, thank you very much.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. That was it's fun to just be back with you and Eric and just playing those songs. I mean, the music I was playing was all conceived of and inspired by that musical collective at the Talking Stick back in the days. And I think as long as people keep the music going, it never goes away.
And there you go, man. And we're I'm so honored to have you here and just hang out with you, man, because, it has been 5 years as of May 1st that I left.
Yeah.
With my untimely demise, right? But I never stopped dreaming about maybe doing it again. And so, we're getting closer and closer, inch by inch, it's a cinch.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I stepped to you first, man, because you really did to me, you really, personify the spirit of the Talking Stick in a way. You started there.
Mm-hmm.
You kept coming to the open mics. You improved little by little to where we looked up and was like, wow, he's really good.
Huh.
So what was your first experience? How did you first come into the talking? What was your first impression, I'll say?
Wow. Well, we were talking about the original Talking Stick over at Ocean Park, but I didn't really, when I went there, I had no conception of what it was all about. But when it moved to Lincoln, there was a time right after my brother passed away, and I was in a pretty dark place. I mean, I was just retreating from everybody and everything, and a friend of mine said, you know what, you got to get out and be around people, and fake it till you make it. And the closest coffee shop to me was just a bike ride down the street on Lincoln, and I'd ridden by it a bunch of times, and so I finally went in one night, and it was an open mic, and the place was it was jammed, and everybody seemed to know everybody, which I just it kind of took me back. I hadn't been around so many people, and I just kind of laid back to the back, and then somebody was having a birthday. Brought out a cake and everybody's singing. Carolyn and Nancy.
Okay.
And Nancy, I think it was her birthday, and everybody's singing happy birthday. And I just felt this connection among, especially the musicians all there. And I just I want to be a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to start from scratch, man. I had to learn how to play guitar. I had to learn how to sing. And once I started writing a few songs, I went maybe for about 6 months, and I signed up 6 months, and when it was my turn, I never went up. I just couldn't get over it. And then eventually I went up on stage, and I remember a few people said, hey, can I back you up? I never played with anybody, and all of a sudden these real professional musicians were willing to put themselves out on the line for somebody they'd never heard, and the generosity was amazing. And what I said to you before, and I'll say it again, is in a stormy wind, you're out in the boat, out in the marina and stuff, and you're looking for a port. Who's the captain manning the lighthouse that gets you safely to shore? And you were the captain man with the lighthouse, and the lighthouse was the Talking Stick. And I mean, I owe so much to what you and that whole musical collective created. So that was my first experience, and ever since then, you gave me opportunities. Other people collaborated. The people I met there, I'm still playing with to this day, and just immense gratitude.
There you go, man. Yeah, definitely. I had no idea of that story. It just seemed like you were always there, but yeah, and that's the thing about openness and always looking for the new. But you didn't feel like it was a clique, did you? No.
No, I mean, look, what I loved was that I saw people that were connecting. But I also saw that people were so generous about newcomers coming in.
Yeah.
You know, that new blood.
Right.
So you had the continuity, you had the kind of the old guard, but the old guard wasn't like putting up walls. The old guard was saying, if you show the commitment
Right.
and the respect for the space. Because
Right.
the thing about the talking stick and what you guys created was anybody could come in. Anybody could feel at home,
Right.
which is awesome. But there are people who could come in and just, blow shit up, blow the place up, metaphorically. And then there were people there that just were so amazing. And so there did have to be a process of like feeling people out and say, are you willing to invest in this community? Because the community is what people are willing to put in too. So I think for those people who understood that and respected it, it was always very welcoming, and always everybody gets a chance, second chance, third chance. How many times people say you're never coming back in again, and we still you would still let them come back in, and there was a lot of just forgiveness and compassion and love, and we need that in the world, because you ain't getting that at a Target or a Starbucks or just at the street corner, and the connection with the church there too. Churches aren't doing it as much any day this day and age. So the stick was like everything for people.
And the people didn't even know it was a church, because we tried to keep that kind of like in the background, so there was a soft sell, so to speak, rather than trying to force it down people's throats. They could see look at the community we've created there, and that was the most important thing. But Rich and Sherry, the original owners, Braxma, they were very much the people that planted that seed, and then we just grew it. And I was just one of the first people, if you look at it like a fellowship, to join and help water it. And then other people started coming after that too and doing it too. So it took on a life of its own for sure.
I mean, when you think of all the people that are still playing in collaborations that first met up there, it's crazy how many ideas turned into groups, turned into collectives, the footprint of that community that you built there is still felt all over the place, and it's amazing how long it's lasted. It's not about a physical space, it's about an idea and a vision and a way of people interacting that is really just awesome.
And that's why I want to that's why I want to document it now in this show here.
Yeah.
And that's why I am stepping to all the talking stick artists right now who are in the catalog. That way it wasn't all for naught, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can get back together. We never really had a chance to mourn or talk about it, reminisce, all that, right? Everything happened so quickly. And that's the lesson.
You got to appreciate it while you have it. You got to be grateful for those opportunities. I mean, when we were there, I never thought, I thought, man, this place is going to be here forever. And the reality is, we live in a city and in a place and in a time where there isn't a lot of respect for community spaces. If somebody can get more money, they can turn it into something else, or they can turn it into a CrossFit or whatever the heck all these places have become. And you look down the road, I mean, places that, whether it's Wits End, whether it's Good Hurt, whether it's Talking Stick, I mean, so many spaces just have turned into just billboards or whatever,
Yeah.
and they're not. No one realizes how important they are until they're not there physically, and then we're all looking for it. I mean, a lot of the people that used to gather at the Stick, they're looking for that next space. Like it's like you're kind of refugees looking for that home base.
Like Moses and the
man. And the lost tribes, man.
Yeah. And that's why we are doing this show. We are trying to drum up momentum towards a new spot. So right now it's just virtual right here at New Ocean Studios here. But eventually, we will have the brick and mortar. So right now this is what we're doing. So I really thank you, right, for, again, like you always were at the Talking Stick, Trying to help out, man. But let's talk about your music a little bit. When did you start writing those songs?
So the songs I played, first of all, they were all inspired by watching the people that I saw up on the stage 2, 3, 4 times a week. You know, there was always something happening on the Stick stage. It could be spoken word, it could be hip hop, it could be funk, it could be Philly soul, it could be folk, it could be country, you know, jazz, rock, prog. It was all up there. And every time I would hear different artists, it just kind of planted a seed. And I just go back, I can't tell you how many times I would be there and I'd ride back home, take out the guitar, and just start messing around with ideas. Or sometimes, actually on the curb, right outside the Stick, man, you know, where the Pollo Loco drive-thru was, we'd be out there and maybe somebody, another friend, we'd be like slinging ideas on the guitar, and all of a sudden a song would kind of take shape. So a lot of the music that I ended up writing was, I mean, heck, Talking Stick gets a co-writing credit for a lot of them. And the songs that I started writing at that time, they were songs that helped me deal with a lot of emotions and feelings that I didn't have a place. Like, I didn't know how to journal, I didn't really write. You know, not everybody can go to therapy or whatever, but the songs were where that got worked out. And the day that I could play them for other people, and if one person could say, hey, that song that you played about your brother, man, I lost somebody close to me too, and I really felt that. Like that, I couldn't ask for more.
Right, and that's truly the essence of songwriting, in my opinion, is that you're brave enough to put these true emotions out there. You're the ones, kind of like, you know, the representatives of everybody else, right, in a way, because you're so true to yourself. Because if you can be that brave and put your emotions out there, you know, there's going to be a million others that really feel that too. You know, so yeah, at that same moment, but they don't know how to put it in words. So there, you're basically, when you hear a song like that, or when I do, it's like, oh, I'm not alone. You know, there's other people that feel that same way. So yeah, you do comfort folks, because
just like they comfort me when I hear a song, and I heard so many there that just touched my heart and really hit me deep inside, and I was like, well, I want to do that. Like, it inspired me. And or when, like, for instance, I'd see an amazing improvisation, you know, 4 or 5 players, like the collective you used to, you know, helm and still do, and I'd be like, wow, man, they're soaring. I want to soar like that too. So it was scary. You're taking a big risk because you're putting yourself out there, but the reward is so huge, because when you do connect with others, you feel like you're not alone in this. And
yeah.
I think that's ultimately what we're all trying to do, feel connection and not feel alone.
Yeah, and that's what they were, you know, what are we selling even in the Talking Stick or the new spot? What are we selling? Not coffee or whatever, we're selling community. And I think I'm picking right up where Rich and Sherry, you know, what their vision was. I'm picking right up where they left, but doing it in our own new way at the same time. So meanwhile, we're doing this show, Venice Beach Central. Thanks again for tuning in. I had Alex Soschin here today, episode number 2, and we're going to keep it going, and everybody's going to promote this site, and you'll be able to see what's going on with the best and the brightest of Greater Venice. Thank you so much. My name is Nikki Black. I'll see you later. Peace.